In the past 10 years, the Greater Miami Valley population has grown 4.5%. As the Greater Miami Valley grows, Greater Miami Valley builds. Apartments, restaurants, and nightlife are all booming downtown. And our employers are also building. The stage is set for the Greater Miami Valley's next generation of big thinkers and determined dreamers to invent, innovate, and as Daytonians have always done, change the world. Our community has entered an exciting new era of growth and prosperity. But for far too many of our children, that dream of changing the world is lost. Tragically, they're being left behind because they simply can't afford basic school supplies. Some children cannot afford a pen, paper, or even a pencil, the basic tools for success. Our current focus is on schools with 70% or more kids living below the federal poverty line. That is 111 schools, over 40,000 kids around the Greater Miami Valley. So what happens when kids do not have pencil and paper?
We have some really amazing students in Dayton. Unfortunately, most of them come from pretty disadvantaged backgrounds.
The economic struggles of our time hit various people in many ways, and all too often we seem to forget about the little people.
In the typical school, about 95% of our students don't have the necessary supplies that they need to be successful every day.
My high school students have to pay their own way to get to school on the RTA. So when it costs you $60 a month just to ride the RTA to get to school, papers, pencils, binders, all the things that your 7 different teachers want for your classroom, it becomes a struggle.
I think everyone has this pretty picture of what you see on TV of walking into this classroom where everything's picture perfect, and it really is not the true picture of what a classroom looks like. Typical teacher enters the classroom with absolutely nothing in it. So you're building a classroom, crayons, pencils, rulers, backpacks, a little bit of everything. Our teachers typically spend at least $1,000 a year on classroom materials.
When I first started teaching, I had no idea that I would be providing school supplies for my students. I knew I would need to buy bulletin board paper and borders and all the cutesy things that I like to have in my classroom, but providing pencils and paper, and I had no idea.
Many times I hear people say, and it hurts me, well, it's just a pencil. How do they not have a pencil? They're only, 50 cents at the store, but that's for us. And you're saying, where's your notebook, where's your pencil? But they hear, there's something wrong with me. I don't have what the other kids have. I can't do well in your class.
If you come into the classroom as a teacher and you say, well, you don't have a pencil, so you're not going to learn anything today, then you have kids that aren't learning, kids that aren't performing. And when I can just go to Crayons to Classrooms and get them what they need, then I've removed that barrier.
So Crayons to Classroom provides an amazing opportunity for our students by giving them the tools so that they can start on an even play field with all students across the country.
They've helped bridge that gap between what you want students to do and what you have the ability to let them do. But sometimes reality does set in, and you realize I need X, Y, Z times 30 students, and so sometimes the ideas are bigger than the budget. And it kind of helps you meet in the middle. Sometimes it goes all the way over. Many times it goes all the way over.
It's not just paper and pencil. There's workbooks and there's arts and crafts type things. And then they also provide you with ideas of how to use everything. Without a doubt, Crayons to Classrooms has made a difference in my students' lives. They don't have to worry about paper or pencils or the things that they need to learn because I can help provide those because of Crayons to Classrooms. So it's one less thing that they have to worry about.
Crayons to Classroom provides an unbelievable opportunity to support not only our students, but in turn, by supporting our students, we're supporting our community and making our community stronger.
When kids don't have what they need, it creates anxieties. It's bigger than I couldn't do my work because I don't have a pencil. It creates issues that don't need to exist when you can just help a kid. So if we can help that, let's do it. Why not?
I think not having Crayons to Classrooms would definitely create a hardship on many teachers and many students.
My classroom without Crayons to Classrooms would be vastly different. There's a lot of things that I just would not financially be able to provide for that many students for an entire school year, every year. And the collateral damage would be those students.
The need doesn't go away. If Crayons to Classrooms was no longer available, I would have to go buy the stuff myself. I would have to buy it for the kids because at the end of the day, they're just not going to get it.
Crayons to Classroom makes it possible that I can be the successful teacher I want to be without spending all of my own personal money, and at the same time making sure my students have what they need to be successful.
There's thousands and thousands of kids that they're making a difference for now.
I think we can all agree that young people have to grow up and they become the adults. If we don't put the time and resources right now, if we don't invest in these young people now, then we are in fact divesting from our future. When we have the opportunity to help create opportunities for children to be successful, then we should by all means take those opportunities. Crayons to Classrooms is a very worthy, worthwhile, and wonderful organization. Things really are different, and our students really need us to help. But one thing still remains the same, is that these students are our future, and Crayons to Classrooms has been committed to helping teachers just like me all over this area prepare our students for success and to help turn them into the future leaders of our great country. Thank you, Crayons to Classrooms.